If you're a creator, you'll know just how much pressure you put on yourself to consistently generate good content. Maybe like me, you've set an unnecessarily high standard, where the voice of your inner critic has run the show and insists that you can't possibly release anything until it's absolutely perfect. The downside of this debilitating mindset, of course, is that it means big gaps between videos, huge gaps. And if you've been around here on my channel for a while, you'll know exactly what I'm alluding to. The reality is that people care far more about what they will gain from your content, such as solving a problem or tackling a challenge, than they do about the technical details of your production, such as the frame rate you shot at or your 3-point lighting setup. Our time is precious, and with so much content out there, we actively seek out the stuff that really delivers value, and unfortunately it means we need to leave the rest behind. So to cater to this and to walk the talk, I'm going to start sharing a series of videos that hopefully deliver value quickly, in around 10 minutes or so. I'll explore a single topic and I'll make sure that you walk away with at least one thing that you can try out right away, something actionable, something meaningful. And I'm calling this series 10 Minutes on Purpose. Not too many fancy effects and no overproduction, just the good stuff. I hope these videos will help you to produce your most authentic content, stuff that excites you and educates your audience whilst helping you push through blockers, procrastination, and edges. These will be fun for me to create, which means they'll actually get done, and that's the most important thing. So let's start with a subject that leads into this really smoothly. Let's talk about something that holds so many people back from even starting their creative YouTube journey: comparison paralysis. So I'm assuming that you probably have a few favorite creators on YouTube. And if you're anything like me, you probably feel that in order to succeed, to get the views, to get the subscribers and spread your message, you'll need to replicate exactly what they're doing. You might think that you should be emulating their style or their approach or following the exact path that's clearly working out so well for them. But when you sit with that prospect for a while, particularly at the beginning of your creative journey, it can feel overwhelming. I've been there many times. Because if that's really what's required to succeed, like how on earth do you even begin? The expectation is way too huge. So how do you set everything up? How do you get everything positioned correctly? Like, how do you deliver content at that cool, calm and collected level and reach pro status quickly and predictably? Trust me, this is my creative journey too, and it's only now that I'm starting to make some level of progress. Only now am I pushing through and taking steps. So let me share what I've discovered along the way in the hopes that it'll help you too. What these pro creators do so well and why you likely consume so much of their content is how natural and how effortless they come across on camera. We feel connected to them. We feel as if they're in the room with us. Of course, the content they produce is interesting, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. So technically there's something fascinating for you there. But what really captivates us, I think, is their ease and natural presence on camera. They make it seem like they were born able to do this, like they landed on planet Earth, experts at being on camera. So whether presenting, teaching, showcasing their work, they make it look absolutely effortless. But here's the obvious truth that we all know, but largely forget. It honestly wasn't always this way for them. For any creator to appear this natural, it's taken time, it's taken graft, repetition, and iteration. And unfortunately, we need to do these things just like them in order to get to that place of apparent ease and flow and professionalism. We'll need to find a way to park perfection and push through. Your favorite creators have had to strip away what's unnecessary over time and push through self-doubts and self-criticism. So what's kept them going is that they've made creating their content more important than the fear of looking foolish. And that's key. What remains after sticking with this is natural and authentic. It's their character shining through, coming to the surface. So during my graphic design training years ago, I learned a very valuable lesson. The most effective and memorable design strips away everything superfluous, leaving only the clarity and the message and the functionality. And I believe this principle also applies to the most compelling creators on YouTube. They've pushed through the clunkiness and overproduction to reach a point where their natural personality surfaces. And so here's the deal. You don't need the best camera or the perfect studio setup to start inspiring and making a difference in people's lives. What you do need is the willingness to share what you know about your specialist subject. That is key in order to lift others up, those who are hungry to learn and discover more about this subject. You've already come a long way in your journey on your specialist subject, no doubt, and that's exactly what people are curious about. The journey, the learning, the setbacks, like how you honed your skills, how you overcame those challenges that you felt were insurmountable. This is what we're all searching for on YouTube, right? Answers to these questions. So don't get caught up in thinking that every detail has to be perfect from the get-go. People don't care about the frame rate, as I mentioned earlier, or the lighting setup that you use. What they care about is the steps that you can give them to help them improve in something that they're passionate about. A great metaphor to imagine when approaching this is to see your ideal viewer as somebody who has maybe fallen down into a hole that they're trying desperately to climb out of. Your content is like handing them down a ladder so that they can get out of that hole. It's really valuable stuff. Start sharing now. I promise you, your audience will thank you for it. Whether it's on your phone or sat in front of a camera like I'm doing here, make sure that you just hit record and get going. And while you're at it, think about how you can make your initial videos as enjoyable and as fun as possible. So what's your natural style of working? There's a wonderful new trend on YouTube that encourages the real and the uncut, the unedited content, the real life. And we're moving towards connection over excessive jump cuts. It's been done to death, and we're looking for humanity. We're looking for connection on a deep level and an authentic level. So lean into this. Create content that feels authentic, honest, and true to you. Because when you're enjoying the process, it shows, and more people will want to virtually hang out with you. And that's what will truly resonate with your audience, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And here's an important point just to finish out on. Great content is never created in a vacuum. It's a co-creation with your audience. When you start putting videos out there, your viewers will tell you what resonates with them and what isn't necessarily working. If we try to overthink everything and try to predict what might or might not land, we're only guessing. And we can spend hours doing that with notepads, with whiteboards, with mind maps, all those things. They're all wonderful. But when you go live, when you put your content out there, you get real world feedback. And this stuff is gold. That feedback will guide you in creating even more relevant and even more impactful content for your audience. So if you've got a passion or a specialism or something that you know you can help others with, which of course you do, don't let comparison hold you back. Start now, share what you know, because there's a group of people who are just waiting for content just like yours. And please remember, you'll grow as you go. It will develop over time. Your content will evolve. You'll also find your unique voice in this process, and it's the only way. The big aha really is that I made this video for me, as much as I did for you. So thanks for watching, and if this video helped you in any way, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. I'll see you in the next 10 minutes on purpose. I wish you tons of luck, and make sure you have fun.